Hi everyone. So, why am I becoming a breatharian? I several reasons. Number one is to get closer to God. Um, Fasting has been known to bring you closer to God, clear the channels, and so that's definitely number one. The other is to get my power back, to not have anything that has a pull on me. If I can go without food, then it doesn't really have any power over me. I can eat it or I cannot. So I want to be in a place that I can make that choice and not be just at the mercy of what my body is signaling me to do, you know. So that's another one. There's also an aspect of if I'm ever in a survival situation, I want to be able to just sustain myself on something else besides food and water. If there's not food or the water and food have been poisoned, I want to have another alternative. And that's important to me. So there's also the aspect of wanting to grow backwards. Dry fasting has been known to regenerate cells, and I love that. I love that concept. I love that it can actually reverse you on a cellular level. And I just think that that's so important personally. I also am doing it so that all the toxins and the poisons that have been stored in my fat cells and in my body can finally release and leave for good. When you're eating constantly and never give your body a break, it just gets overburdened and it can't keep up. And so the toxins just keep piling on one another. And so I want to take a long, long break so that my body can get back to super optimum health. Those are the main reasons that I'm doing it. Do I think that everyone should be a breatharian? At this point, no. I think that it's important. I think that our beliefs are very powerful. So if someone has a very strong belief that they'll die without food and water, then I don't think that that's healthy for them to try and be a breatharian with that belief, because our beliefs can override a lot. And I believe that someone should be familiar with fasting, experienced with other types of fasts before trying to fully transition into breatharianism for several reasons. Obviously, health reasons. If someone is diabetic and they have issues, I think that someone that has a serious condition should definitely take precautions, should talk to their doctor. If someone is consuming a lot of sugar and they don't have it out of their system before they start fasting, it can be very scary, it can be very uncomfortable. Someone that is just eating a lot of junk food and then they want to just go straight into fasting, I don't think that's very wise. So I think that you need to be educated and know what you're getting into. I think that you need to be in a place that you're not on a lot of medications, because that can bring out a lot of healing crisis, and you can go through more suffering than you need to. So I think there takes a certain amount of education just so you know what's safe, what's not safe. I think it takes a transition period, like you can do short fasts and work your way up to it. So no, I don't think that it's right for every person right away to go breatharian, for sure. And if someone is deeply called to do Breatharianism, then I support that. And I know that they'll get the guidance that they need. But I definitely am not saying everybody should be Breatharian and change their ways and everything else is wrong, because that's just not true. This is right for me, and I am just sharing my experience. I'm not saying that everyone should do it. I'm just, I'm called. I've done preparations. I feel like it's something that is healthy for me, and I have my own reasons for it. I do, the very, very last reason that I would want to is to lose weight. I'm not doing it specifically to lose weight. I'm doing it for health. I'm doing it to get back to a state of optimum health so that I feel good, so that I can actually regenerate injuries or, cells in my body that could potentially turn into disease in the future. So, yeah, I think it's very powerful, and I feel like it's the right time to do it. And I feel like I have very strong intentions around it, which I think is important. I wouldn't recommend anyone doing Breatharianism strictly for weight loss. I don't believe it's about that. I believe it's about learning to feed from a different source and taking out the middleman. What we get out of meat and what we get out of vegetables is prana. And so I think that in Breatharianism, you're going straight to the source, and that is what our bodies are meant to feed from. And a part of this desire to go full Breatharian is because I feel like we don't need a lot to sustain our bodies. We don't need as much as we have believed that we did for a long time. And so it's getting back to just simple and the basics of what our body actually needs to thrive, and not being excessive. So I'm also, I forgot that I also am doing it for to calcify the pineal gland, because most of the food that we eat in our Western culture, Western society is causing the pineal gland to shut down or calcify or harden. And so this has been known to awaken it and open, our sight, our sixth sense. So I'm also doing it for that. And I'm sure there'll be so many other benefits that come along, but these are the reasons that I'm doing it, and I'm feeling good about it. Tomorrow's going to be my first day to transition, and I'll keep you posted. So thanks for watching. Feel free to comment and visit my blog at michellemira.com.